If you've been wondering if Pilates is a good way to build strength and lose weight, you're gonna wanna keep on watching. I'm Kayla Brugger of Pilates Body by Kayla, and I wanna share with you my industry experience of 10 plus years, as well as my personal postpartum Pilates experience, and tell you the truth if Pilates is a good way to lose weight. You're gonna wanna stick around to the end of this video because I'm gonna personally share with you how I went from this to this while just doing Pilates. If you are new to Pilates, welcome to my channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for weekly Pilates workouts. I want to start out with the most simple question. What is Pilates? If you type that into the good old Google search bar, this is what's going to come up. Pilates is a system of exercises using special apparatuses designed to improve physical strength, flexibility, and posture, and enhances mental awareness. It was developed in the early 20th century by Joseph Pilates, a German physical trainer who initially called his method contrology. In my words, Pilates is a system of exercises designed to move you from your core out, meaning your mind moves your muscles, and it requires an immense amount of body control and awareness. There are typically two main forms of Pilates: Reformer Pilates and Mat Pilates. Reformer Pilates is typically done on equipment, in a studio, privately, or in small groups, and can be quite expensive. Mat Pilates is usually body weight, maybe with some small props that you can buy at home. And if you're not familiar with at-home Pilates equipment, make sure you check out my video on my top favorite at-home pieces of Pilates equipment from Amazon. Let's talk about the word tone. I'm not sure why this word gets always associated with Pilates, other than the simple fact of Pilates doesn't generally involve lifting heavy weights. Heavy weights also get a misconception that it creates bulkiness in our muscles, which is also false. However, I will point out in recent years, since Pilates has evolved, you're going to see more functional strength-based Pilates movements in more of that contemporary Pilates style. I do want to clarify spot treating and working out specific areas. You will often see Pilates claiming to tone or tighten or lose fat in certain areas, but we all have different fat storage in our body. So whether you're working on spot treating, your body is going to tell you where you're going to lose the fat storage from first. Now, when I designed my Pilates Body Challenge, I was 4 months postpartum, but I always want to point out your starting physique has a big impact on building Pilates tone and fat loss and building muscle. So before I went all in on Pilates, I was doing CrossFit, I was lifting heavy weights, I was running, I even dabbled into acro yoga and bar. I was literally a fitness junkie. It wasn't until I was postpartum with my first Bobby that I went all in 100% on Pilates. So I just want to tell you that your starting point is going to determine how your body builds tone, burns fat, and builds lean muscle. Looking at both my pregnancies, just to give you an idea where I started, at 135 pounds, I was pregnant with a girl first, and I gained around 40 pounds with her. Second pregnancy started around the same weight, boy, Nash, and I gained about 45 pounds with him. Both these pregnancies, I focused a lot on core strength, low impact, a lot of walking. I did start to cut out CrossFit and doing that heavy weight training, and specifically moving my bodies in ways that felt good because everything was starting to get tight and was aching. After my first pregnancy with Bobby, I was so eager to get back to working out and getting my body back, and I'm sure other mamas, you can relate to this. My mindset after my second pregnancy was much different, so stick around because I'm gonna get to that as well. But I do want to share how weak my core was after my first pregnancy. Even though I stayed so incredibly active, this came as a shock to me. So when I started moving my body again, I was so passionate about finding Pilates workouts that helped heal my core, rebuild the deep inner core strength, and I started incorporating a little bit more body weight strength training and movements in the Pilates realm as well. I started building this workout calendar with ab rehab workouts, glute workouts, and a little bit higher intensity body weight Pilates HIIT and cardio workouts. This is also the time where I decided to go all in and become an exclusive Pilates queen. I wanted to see not only how my body responded after a lifelong battle with chronic back pain, but also how I was able to maintain muscle tone, lose weight, and build strength. This is ultimately when the Pilates Body Challenge came to life and I started coaching other mamas to do the same. I designed my Pilates Body Challenge with you in mind. I wanted you to reshape your body and heal your core from the inside out. These workouts are programmed for only 30 minutes a day, 6 days a week. It's all on-demand programming, and you can do this in the comfort of your home, in your living room, with your kids running around you with very minimal equipment. After my first pregnancy and building the Pilates Body Workout Challenge, I had lost all the baby weight around 5 to 6 months postpartum, but it really wasn't until I was 14 months postpartum where I really truly felt my best, looked the most confident in the mirror. But this is also the same time that I found out that I was pregnant with my second. I was receiving so many questions on if this challenge is safe during pregnancy, so I wanted to put it to the test when I was pregnant with Nash. And I actually didn't end up completing the challenge because I deemed it to be unsafe around that 15-week mark because of the abdominal pressure and the additional load the flexion exercises put on your core. Even though I didn't complete the Pilates Body Challenge while I was pregnant, I still continued to do pregnancy-safe Pilates exercise throughout my entire second pregnancy up until I delivered Nash at 41 weeks. Again, upon delivery, I was so weak in my core. It is amazing. Those babies do a number on your abs. I was eager to start working out, but I was also so underprepared for the amount of exhaustion of having a newborn and a toddler at the same time. Anyway, I had absolutely zero motivation to get my body moving even after that 6-week checkup. So it wasn't until I was 8 weeks postpartum where I was finally getting some sleep, finally felt that I could fully commit to doing my Pilates Body Challenge, and I really wanted to get the best results and not miss a single day. So sometimes that meant I was working out at 9:30 p.m. at night after I put both kids to bed. Talk about exhausted, but I got it done and I did not miss a single day. Because I wanted to set myself up and you for success, I have PDF calendars that you can download, print these out, and I would post these bad boys right up on your refrigerator. I personally crossed out every single day and I looked at the following day so I could allocate which workouts I knew were happening and the amount of time I specifically needed. On average, like I mentioned, it's about 30 minutes a day, but some are 20 and some could be 40. I truly wanted to put Pilates to the test and get the desired weight loss results. I wanted only doing Pilates. Remember, stick around to the end because I'm gonna share with you exactly how much weight I lost in those 8 weeks. The Pilates Body Challenge actually starts off with a core assessment. This is something that is super unique and not a lot of programs have this. So one thing that we start off with is checking our core strength in multiple different areas. Your abs are made up like a cylinder. So you've got your outer layer of abdominal muscles, which is called your rectus abdominis. You've got your internal layer of abdominal muscles, which is called your transverse abdominis muscles. These are the muscles we need to rehab after baby first. You also have your internal obliques and your external obliques, and we focus on all of this, as well as your multifidus muscles in your back and your spinal erectors. So with the core assessment, it's gonna assess all of these areas. I also measured myself at a complete 2-finger width, or about a 1-inch abdominal separation of diastasis recti. We start the challenge with the core assessment to measure your starting point, and we also end the challenge with the same assessment to measure your results. Now, if you are specifically wanting to check if you have abdominal separation or diastasis recti, I recommend checking out this at-home self-assessment video. I'll share my final core assessment and how I healed my diastasis recti separation, how much that gap closed at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. The first 2 weeks of the Pilates Body Challenge really start out with core breathing and foundational Pilates exercises to help you rehab your abs, and build that solid core foundation again. Weeks 3 and 4 will really start to pick up intensity, and you will notice that right away in the challenge after you build that Pilates foundation first. Weeks 5 and 6 of the challenge really hit me hard. This is the turning point of the challenge where the workouts really start to get progressive, but this is also when I started to see the weight loss results, see the muscle tone starting to build back in, but this is also the point of time where I was getting so fatigued that often I could not complete the workouts with proper form. So I would have to hit pause and come back to them, hopefully building that endurance over time that I could complete those workouts all the way through in weeks 7 and 8. In those last weeks of the challenge, I felt strong. I had more endurance. I knew it was safe to finally start to pump my body up. I was doing those low impact cardio movements to help me build strength, build endurance, and that is when I was truly starting to see muscle tone coming back in, losing fat and losing weight, but also truly see the results from only doing Pilates. During my ending core assessment, I was pleasantly surprised. I had increased my core score by 5 points from a 9 to a 14. I was so happy with that number, but also most importantly, I completely healed my abdominal separation. I went from a 2-finger width gap to absolutely no separation at all, which is truly remarkable. I physically feel stronger, I look stronger, I can hold planks, I have core endurance. Most importantly, my pelvic floor issues are healed. I have no more leaking or weak bladder or pelvic floor pain at all after doing the challenge. Also, I noticed my mom pooch has completely disappeared. My posture has greatly improved. I had significant upper back and neck pain from those early postpartum weeks with so much nursing and feeding and baby carrying. My back pain has eliminated, and most importantly, my posture has greatly improved. And overall, I not only am confident with how I look, but also feel so good in my body. Drum roll, please. The moment we've all been waiting for. Pilates is really not a weight loss culture, and this challenge is not designed for weight loss, but it did happen for me. Over the 8 weeks, I lost 8 pounds in total and 2.5 inches overall throughout my entire body. Can see this is where I began the challenge, and this is where I finished the challenge. Again, it's not a super dramatic weight loss number. However, what is most important is that my body is moving well again and I am feeling well. Ultimately, with the right Pilates programming, just like any strength training program, Pilates will help you lose weight, lose body fat, and build muscle tone, just like many of the other mamas I have coached over the years. My results have come from only Pilates, bodyweight strength training, and walking. I have not picked up a weight heavier than 10 pounds since I was pregnant with my first 3.5 years ago. I am currently pain-free, so happy with my desired muscle tone and weight loss after 2 pregnancies. I am currently back to my pre-baby weight. And mama, I wanna help you achieve these desired results by only doing Pilates. If you have any questions about Pilates or weight loss, make sure you drop a comment below, and also subscribe to my channel for low impact weekly Pilates workouts that are designed to not only get you results, but move well and feel well for all stages of your life.